In this video, we're going to get into one of my favorite accessories, and that is the Knushion XT. Now, the Knushion is a simple accessory, but it really helps with those all-day sits or when you're in the saddle for an extended period of time. Now, the Knushion is really simple, and there's not a whole lot of explanation that's needed with this thing, but I'll show you a couple little tips and tricks just to make it as easy as possible. So you've got your bungees here on the back with the hooks, and I actually like to take, you've got a knot tied in the end of this bungee right here, and I will tighten that up just a little bit more than what it comes from the factory, and then it will fit down inside of the bungee right there just a little bit cleaner, and then you know it's not going to come loose. So I like to do that on both sides. That way everything's nice and tight. Now from there, I will take and bend these hooks out just a little bit, which is hard to do with your fingers, so I would suggest using a pair of pliers. But bend these hooks out a little bit, and then you're gonna take the bungee and simply pop it into the end of the Knushion just like that, and then that's how you're gonna transport it. So your bungees are nice and tight, they're not flopping around catching on stuff. And then you could just simply put those right back in the same holes whenever you're done using the Knushion. So there's not too much to explain with this, but we're gonna hop out on a tree here. I'm gonna give you a few tips and tricks and get you up and running with the Knushion XT. So I'm gonna go ahead and install my, get hooked into the tree here like I'm gonna be at hunting height. So typically I would pull the Knushion out of my pack. I'm gonna go ahead and undo the bungees here on both sides. Now on a tree this size, you're not gonna wrap the bungees all the way around the tree. You're simply gonna hook the little hooks into the bark. So I'll actually capture my tether so it keeps it nice and out of the way. And I'm simply gonna run the bungee around. It doesn't have to be super tight, and just hook it onto the bark on that side, and then I'm gonna do the same on this side. Make sure they're good and secure, and then that's pretty much all there is to it. It's really stupid simple. But the nice thing about the Knushion is it's got these wings that kind of kick out on the side, and that's gonna allow you to really put your knees into it, and your knees are not going to want to slide off the side of the tree, so you can really relax your legs, and it really makes it comfortable. Now you can kind of fine tune it by just kind of pulling on it and sliding it around like that. That way, if you want to walk around the tree a little bit and kind of adjust your position where you're setting, you can simply slide that around the tree. Now one thing I would suggest doing is to take your bungee, your hooks right here, bend them outward a little bit, and then hit the outside edge with a sander to kind of sharpen them up just a little bit. That way, if you've got a real slick bark tree, you can simply dig that hook right into the bark, and it's not going to come undone like that one did right there. So simply sharpen those hooks a little bit, but on most trees, you're going to be able to find a little ridge of bark and connect that in there like that, and you'll be good to go. Then when you go to pack up to leave, simply undo those. I'm going to pop it in to the edge of the Knushion right there, and I'm going to put that in my pack, and I'm good to go. So another benefit of the Knushion is if you happen to get a deer down and you're taking care of it, field dressing it or quartering it, the Knushion makes a heck of a knee cushion whenever you're doing that, just to make it a little more comfortable. So that is the Knushion XT. I think you'll find that having a high quality pad on the tree for those all day sits in the saddle are going to make you more comfortable, which always equals more success. Good luck this fall.